Jacob, I know you're not as old as what we think of you as, but you seem to be a veteran of the team despite your age. So we're going to hit you with some veteran questions. Can you talk about the progression of the interior defensive line and how that's come together, especially since January? And then just the total focus from Coach Majid, instead of having to divide his time a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's good how we have it set up where Majid's just focusing on the interior. I think it kind of brought us together as far as we know who we're with. I mean, it's two groups, but we're still together. But I think the interior guys have really gotten close through that because it's a smaller room. And I think what we have this year is great because we have so much depth as far as we can just roll guys in, mismatch. There's no first, second, third. It's who's going in, who's going to get them, and it's not the same thing every time. So I think just the ability to do that is very key for success for our defense. And I think it'll translate this year on the field.
How about the edge rushers and what they bring to you guys, the ability to do what you need to get done?
Oh, the edge rushers make our lives easier. They go get sacks. So but it's a tandem. So if we're not doing our job and they're beating their guys off the edge, I mean the quarterback's just gonna step up. But if we're doing our job, they're not doing their job, then roll out. So it takes two. But I'm excited about our rush group and edge group. I think there's a lot of talent. I'm just excited to see how it's going to come in fruition. I think we've done a good job rushing together and playing together as one D line. So we just got to bring that to the season and dominate.
You don't see many people earn that captain title as a redshirt sophomore. How important is leadership to you, and how do you kind of execute that on a day-to-day basis?
I've always been put my head down kind of guy and just do the work. So I think my ability to show that as a younger guy kind of put me in that position of, wow, this guy, he does everything right. We think this could be a leader. And I mean, leadership has so many different aspects to it. I'm just very fortunate that they entrusted me in that role so early. And I believe that even if you don't have that title, anyone can be a leader in their own way. I think there's leaders within every unit, and that's crucial for teams because, I mean, if you don't have a direction you're going in, then you're not going to know where to go. So I think I'm grateful that they've entrusted me in that and just continue to do what I can to help progress this team.
This is something I don't think that we've talked about yet, but correct me if I'm wrong. There's a member of every different unit on the Unity Council.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Unity Council change this year opposed to last year?
Yeah, they've really constricted it, where it was probably 30, 35 guys, and now it's just one per position group, so 12 guys. And Wheeler's the one for our group, and I think he's done a great job at stepping up in that role and leading us in that way. I think it kind of centers the attention. Mm-hmm. I think there was problems last year. It's just too much guys talking. It's which way are we going? And it was all in good intention. It's just I think they've done a really good job at focusing the leadership and having that one guy, usually an older guy, in each group. And I think everyone's done a very well job within their position group, and I think that's helped with unit pride, which is one of our pillars. So.
How are you able to kind of keep leading while also being in a positional battle with guys who you're trying to lead at the same time?
Yeah, I mean it's hard because you're I'm supposed to help this guy out, but this guy could take my job. You know what I'm saying? But I think at the end of the day, you can't see it as how can I get a one-up on him. It's more as what can I do to help the team, and if he outperforms me this day, then if it's for the betterment for the team, then I just got to accept that. And if I outperform him, then he just has to accept that. And I think it can get lost as there has to be competition. But at the end of the day, we are one team. We have one goal. And whoever can perform that at the best should be in that position regardless. And whoever has to take that step back has to encourage that person that is in that position to perform for the betterment of the team.
with camp being as long as it is and as hot as it is, and you guys are going against the same guys every single day, you just said, hey, we're all on the same team. How often do those lines get blurred a little bit, though, when you're in this slog that is camp leading up to the opener?
Well, defense for sure, like, that's a brotherhood, so forget offense.
Yeah.
We're not friends with offense during camp. Nah, it's during camp it's definitely competition, heated. I mean, we're trying to go at each other's necks, man. But that's the only way to get better. You can't take it easy. You can't say, oh, we're gonna need them in season. Let's lighten up. No, you got to go full speed. And once camp kind of ends, is when you kind of have that unity again. But I mean, for right now, it's defense versus offense going at it.
What is it like mentally? You've got technically, officially, one more week left of camp, and then you have the lead up in Michigan State. Just mentally, are you? How tough is it to not look ahead and make sure you're still going day by day here in camp, knowing that the finish line is coming?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of times, especially when I was younger, my first 2 camps, like, you get, overwhelmed, 15 practices, and I think the ability to take it one day at a time is very crucial. That way you can be passionate, excited for each day. I think when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, you could be like, oh man, this is a long camp, it's hot outside. But the ability to take it one day at a time, what do I have to do today to get better, is very crucial to just excelling and getting through camp. And I think once camp is over, then it'll be time to start moving to the season. I think the transition is important, but I think right now we just keep focusing on ourselves, implement where we need to for the season to get ready, but keep focusing on getting better and fine-tuning the little details.
Anybody else?